All right, this is Izzy Dakota Jones here with the Other Doing podcast. Dedecker, I think I got that right. Dale is a great country singer in Vancouver, Canada. Playing country music for a very long time. Knows a lot of great musicians within the Lower Mainland in Vancouver and BC here, probably in other places too. I got to know Dale through a streaming show that he does. He has a nice little jam shack in Langley, which he Dale's Jam Shack, and I met him there, brought both my bands there, and it's lots of fun. And he gets people from all over the world listening and watching Canadian acts stream their music, especially in a time when we have COVID going on, and so live music is just non-existent, and streaming seems to be the best way artists can get their music across to people all over the globe. If you haven't checked Dale's Jam Shack out, please do it. He does it for free. This is why I'm interviewing him. He loves music and loves people and loves to see these things go on, and he's a strong supporter of live music, of course, and country music. So we're going to talk to Dale about his singing, how long he's been doing it in the music career, how long he's been playing country music, and go from there, and also talk about his Jam Shack. Okay, so hang in there. We'll be back talking to Dale. Okay, hey, so Dale, it's been a pleasure getting to know you, because I know we've been coming out to your place doing the Jam Shack stuff and stuff. But I also want to talk to you, like I just said a few minutes ago, but I want to talk about your country music stuff, like you're singing country music. How long have you been doing that?
Oh, God, I started singing country music. I've been singing country music most of my life.
Right.
When I moved out here, I never played an instrument as far as country instrument goes.
Right.
I was doing demo tapes. I was singing for people who were writing songs.
Oh.
And then I kind of picked up a guitar and started playing. And so I'd say about 28 years now, 29 years, I've been playing guitar and singing country music. I did the country circuit there for quite a few years, Boone County and then Roosters and was it Mustangs and Merit Festival and
wow,
a whole bunch of it was a lot of fun. Then I got married and the scene kind of slowed down a little bit out here anyway. So it was a really just felt like the right time to stop it after about 10 years of doing that straight on the road.
Yeah, because a lot of traveling too, right? And
well, yeah, there was a bit of travel. Luckily I stayed home close. Like a lot of my gigs were fairly close. Merritt once a month I'd be in Merritt, but
right
never
on.
had to travel. But I had three children too.
Right. So, yeah.
Can't go too far.
No, you can't go too far. So what are your influences like in country music? That's what you like the old school stuff, or you like what do you like?
No, I grew up with the old stuff. My dad, he used to sing country music, and it was always the old 70s and 60s country.
Yeah.
But out here, I got in more into the rock country. Garth Brooks kind of got me into listening to country music, and then started listening to Brent Lee when I moved out here.
Yes.
I started listening to him on stage, and he was quite an influence on me too.
Yeah.
He's an entertainer, so.
Yes. But I like the old school stuff too, like from the '60s and the '70s too. That period of time, I think country music was like really rich. Had a lot of.
Oh, yeah. It was the closest thing to rock and roll in the '90s.
Yeah.
That was new music. They used to always say, "What do you call a country musician? A country guitar player? A guitar player with a job? A rock guitar player with a job?"
Right on. So when you were singing demos and stuff, that's really interesting to me. So you would I guess you would go in and sing on other people's songs, and did you do the melodies, write the melodies to it, or did they tell you how you were going to sing it? And
they basically they couldn't sing very well themselves. I think they were tone deaf, but they kind of sang what they kind of wanted, and I kind of took over and kind of put my own feel into it.
Good, cool.
So they were happy with it. And I used to go down to Fluid Sound down there in Vancouver on Canby and Hastings Street. There was a big studio there, Fluid Sound.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
With Chris Gatton.
Yes.
Rest in peace.
Yes. So that's very cool. So playing the the mountain the Merit Festival and stuff and places like that. What did you find? Did you play in front of a lot of people? What did your bands play? How was that for you? How was that experience?
Well, we did the main stage a couple times, and
Cool.
it was busy, but it wasn't a nighttime, but it was the C section. We used to have a big stage over there,
Okay.
and we had a lot of we had a few stars get up there with us and sing, and we done a Rednecks. I had about 7,000 people to play for. It was pretty nice.
That's pretty
It was
cool.
high on its own.
Yeah, yeah. That's very cool because that experience must be. I mean, I've done that too. It's kind of how can I say? It's kind of exhilarating, I guess would be a good word. You know what I mean? Like you get a rush from it. That's for damn sure, right?
Yeah, it's a high for sure. That's a high.
And I think too, I think you get a certain amount of recognition too. Like, you know what I mean? Like what you're doing, you're going like, well, I'm doing something right. People like what I'm doing, right? And
If they didn't like it, I wouldn't do it probably.
yeah, yeah. You'd be, no, that's the end of that idea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I never did it for the money. It was never about the money. It was I figured I'd starve to death before I ever did it for the money.
Well,
I always kept it as a hobby and did all right with it though. We made enough money to make it worthwhile for us to do it.
yes.
And we weren't playing for free, so
You know
there
what
was a lot of guys that were in my band that they depended on the money from playing.
Yeah, I imagine so.
I'm a carpenter myself, so I kept busy every day, right?
Yeah. But that's
time to go away and do a show.
And that's what I find interesting about you, Dale. Dale, it's like that's what I like about you. It's like you said, I don't do it for the money, and that tells me you really love the music, right? You know what I mean? Like
I can never imagine music not being in my life.
that's amazing.
I've got all my kids are all into music now, and we got the Jam Shack going, and I don't make a penny on. That's not about the money either.
I know, yeah, and that amazes me when you've said that, because there's so many people that just want to make money from it, right? And you're just one of those people that just don't do that, right?
No, there's a donation box. If somebody wants to throw in a donation, it helps keep the power on. That's about it. But we don't do it with the money. I've sold tickets here for shows.
Yes.
Like I've had Brent Lee here and Sarah Smith from Ontario. She come out here to BC. I sold tickets and basically give the whole thing right to the entertainers. It was, they work hard for their money. It didn't come easy.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
You don't have to put their time in to learn how to play the instruments, and train your voice to sing. So.
That's great. That's great. And like I said, I just I find that that especially like now, like there's no place to play. I mean, there was I was just talking to a friend of mine a couple of days ago, Brian Holden. He's a blues artist, right? And he's played forever in Vancouver and all over the States and stuff. And Brian was saying, I don't know what everybody's upset about. Like 9 months, 10 months ago, there was no place to play anyways, hardly. Right?
Yeah, but now they haven't got a jam anymore.
I know. Now they don't even got that at this point. You kind of go like,
right.
Like, boy, if they're trying to kill us all off, they're doing a really good job.
You just can't take any pleasure away from us. I don't know.
I know. It's like, what the fuck, right? But it's interesting though. Your Jam Shack's great. I'm not just puffing you up. I like it. I think, and everybody I know says Dale's Shack is great. And they like the idea of what you're doing. So I mean, that's why I'm interviewing you.
Live music alive, eh?
Yeah, you got to keep it alive. And what's interesting with the streaming too, which is great too for musicians. Period. I don't know if you agree with me, but I find it that you get people not only from your own neck of the woods, you got people from all over the planet.
Oh yeah, we've got about almost 1,800 people watching. We're talking Germany and Japan and UK and New Zealand and Spain and all over the world. They're all watching. I can tell. It shows me who's from what country.
Yeah.
That like him. So it's kind of neat.
It is kind of neat because it's kind of like.
I posted the other day about how Facebook was talking about maybe taking down the live stream, and when I posted that, there was so much response from people saying, no, we need that. We need the music. Like people just they're stuck at home, and if they can still hear music and live entertainment for free, why not?
Why not? And I agree with you. And I mean, if Zuckerberg was going to do that, I was ready to shoot him myself. Like, I know, got to take that word back. you know,
What's your degree?
I was just like, when I heard that too, I went like, what the heck's going on here, right? We're all losing our minds, right?
Yeah, it's crazy this world today.
I know. So, playing country music. Are you still writing? I know you have. I know you have your own jam on Saturdays, right, with your son and stuff. Are you guys writing music?
I used to write a lot of music. I've recorded a couple songs. I've got one song that's out there. It actually got thrown out there all over the world again. It's a 9/11 tribute I did back in when the whole thing went down 3 days later. If you look at my Facebook page, you'll see it. It was on there on September 11th.
Okay,
And
I'll
every
look
year
at that. Yeah.
it gets thrown all around the world every year. And again, I did that one. And that was produced by Ray Roper, and I had Donnie Underhill on the drums, and Tommy Stewart on the drums, and Donnie Underhill on the bass.
On bass, very cool.
Yeah, and then they recorded that for me, and it didn't charge me a thing, and I've never tried to make any money off it. I always figured if any money came from it, I would just probably give it out to the charity for the 9/11, right?
Right. That's so cool. Yeah, that's very
But
cool.
my son writes a lot of music now, so he's writing every day. He's just like a frantic man. He's constantly writing songs and everything. He's
you know what? Talking to him. He's such an inspiring person, a young person to talk to. You know what I mean? You know what? Because I get inspired by listening to him talk. I go, this is great. Young people involved, right? This is what I like, right?
Well, he has a friend who's big into the music too, and he has a few of them that are into the music now, but they were into the electronic music, and I was trying to explain to them the difference, and they're trying to argue with me that electronic music is just as good as live music, and I said, well, if the power went out, you guys are done. and then you go over, they start coming over. Now there's probably about 8 or 10 of them that come by here, and they all jam music down live. It's kind of great.
That's great.
19 years doing that.
That's good. That's keeping it alive, and that's like.
That's it.
My son is like in his mid-30s, but like when he was young, I'd ask him what he liked, and he was liking stuff like, Jimi Hendrix, like it was wild, Led Zeppelin, and it was naming off all these bands that we all used to listen to, and I was just like, holy smoke. He goes, no. He says, well, I love this music, right? And he's now a music teacher, right? So he teaches in a school and stuff, and he plays a whack of different instruments too. But you wouldn't think that these people would keep that alive, because they grew up at a time where things are definitely so much different, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That's so much interesting. Wow.
Well, I figured I'd give that gift to all 3 of my children. If they learn music, it's a gift they'll always have, and it brings joy to a lot of people. So,
and that's a good thing. We need more of that, and that's great. And like I said, what you're doing with the Jam Shack is probably right now, especially, is more than encouraging. For people to get out and do it, right, and put music out there.
Practice. A lot of people, they're thinking, well, there's no sense of playing. We're not playing anywhere. There's no sense in even rehearsing anymore. But then they realize, they can come on over here and they can do their show, and they can and live stream it. And at the worst case scenario, if somebody wants to hire them, what do you sound like? Well, here, go to the Dale's Jam Shack. The recording's there for them. It's almost like a resume. You know what I mean? Like a promo.
And exactly that you say that, because my record label has said to me, the more streaming that you do right now, especially the more you do right now, the better off we're going to be when things slowly come back, when festivals come back and stuff like that, because that's what right. People will have something to gauge you on. You know what I mean?
That's right.
And you're right, because that's what they said. So I've said that to different people, different bands that I know, and they're going, because you're right, because they're going, oh, what's the use of playing? What's the use of rehearsing? I'm sitting at home writing some songs, but that's all I'm doing. And I said to them, no, you should be streaming. You guys should get yourselves out there in front of as many people as you can. Don't be shy. Just keep doing it, because this is the more you do that, it keeps the music alive, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
I've got a band tonight. They're actually rehearsing that blues band that was on the weekend, or rockabilly, sorry. The
yeah,
Rooster Tooth. They're
yeah.
in there right now rehearsing.
Cool.
They're here usually every Monday night, but they came Wednesday this week. So yeah, it's nice.
It is
And I get
nice.
free entertainment.
Yeah, it's great, you know. So obviously, Dale, you know, music. So music's been in your whole life, right? I guess it has to be.
Yeah. See you later, Frank. It is finished. Yeah, it's always been in my life.
Yeah.
Pretty well.
So
Pretty well.
whereabouts are you originally from? Yeah, you
I'm
said.
from Ontario, a small town, Bothwell, Ontario is where I was born, and pretty well raised up in Port Stanley, Ontario.
Oh, Port
Just
Stanley. Okay.
south of London on Lake Erie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And how long you've been out here in BC?
I moved out here when I was 24, and I'm I'll be 54 in February.
So you've been here a long time. Yeah, yeah.
29 years. Yeah.
So did you ever get back to Ontario? Have you ever gone back there?
Yeah, I did at the start. I went back a couple times, but I basically only went back for 2 funerals, my mother and my father's. That's it. I've got nobody else there, really.
Yeah, yeah. So
I've got my brother there, my nephew and niece, but they're a long ways away. They got their whole life, different life than mine. So
yeah, 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 yeah. But that's great. I mean, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you moved
yeah,
out.
me too.
Yeah, I'm
When
glad
I
you.
moved out here, I felt like I belonged here when I moved here. It just felt right.
Yeah, yeah. It does. It feels like that here. I agree with you 100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. You know, so I like I said, I just want to plug you on your on your music career. I appreciate that I got to know you so far. It's been great, and what you
You'll be
do,
back next week, won't you?
you know what you
2 or 3
do.
weeks.
What's that?
I say you guys will be back in a couple 2 or 3 weeks.
That's right. We're coming back out
That's
your way
right,
again.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you know what? Like I applaud you for what you're doing, Dale. I really mean that. This just from one musician to the other. Because what you're doing, not a lot of people are doing, right? So, and
No.
and you're really supportive of everybody, and you know that's why I want people to know who you are because I think it's I think it's important that you're part of basically right now, Dale. You're part of the Lower Mainland music scene. You know, you're a big chunk of it.
You know, it's funny. Every Sunday, I get new requests from musicians that live in the Lower Mainland, and I know it's because they want to come and jam at the Shack. Because nobody knows where it is.
Yeah.
It's kind of invite only, or somebody gets hold of me, and then that way I can kind of control it. Is at my home, right? So
It is, yes, yeah. That is, that's right. But I mean, I'm glad what you're doing and sharing it with different people and sharing music. I appreciate that, and I just hope it just keeps on going, and you keep keep the fight going, and with like your son and stuff with the young people, that's great. It's like you're educating them, how to keep music alive, right? And that's
yeah,
important.
that's great. We've been doing it 9 years now, almost 9 years.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Better than when the bar scene died.
All right. Well, thanks, Dale. I mean, it's been a pleasure talking at you.
Yeah, you too, Joe.
I'll be talking to you soon, and we'll be coming out and having a good old time out of your place, bud. Take care, and your family and everything. I'll see you soon. All right.
Okay, you betcha. Have a good one.
Take care.
You bet. Bye-bye.
Bye. So that was Dale, and Dale. You know what? Dale's a really nice guy, and I really like Dale what he does for helping people. And I know I said it a lot. I'm repeating myself, but you know what? It's very cool what he does, and he's into country music. And if you're a country music fan, check Dale out. Check Dale's Jam Shack out. Check Dale out, and the people that play at his online. So it's been a pleasure talking to Dale, and this is Izzy Dakota Jones on the Art of Doing podcast. Thank you very much. Bye for now.